Welcome to the KBL walk and talk. So another week, and just when things are like really bad and things are getting worse, like you've got the cost of living, and that is like hard, and it's like you're noticing it more and more. It's like last week, I think it was, my gym membership went up by £3 a month. And yeah, the owners, he spent a lot of money on the gym, and like I can't really complain. And it was basically £22.50, which is cheap anyway. So it's put up to £25.50. So I thought, yeah, okay, I can accept that. But it's just like with everything else as well, like electric, water's going up, and yeah, I say I don't like paying them. I didn't pay them before. The place I'm renting at the moment is in a friend's name, so I'm always worried about that. I don't really want to cause any issues for him, so it's against my will. But so yeah, additional to gym membership and everything else going up, like shopping's going up. Shopping's getting more and more expensive. And it's like chocolate keeps going up, goes up 5p, 10p. It seems like every month there's a rise, and then services getting more expensive, rent's getting more expensive. And if you get a pay rise, whether it's the minimum wage or you're just getting like a above minimum wage salary, you're still getting that completely wiped out, because you've got inflation, so the money's getting worth less and less. And then you've got also on top of that, everything's gone up, like utilities gone up, rent's gone up, everybody's put their prices up, so that pay rise is just gone. It's wiped off. So that ain't no good, is it? And then you're like seeing everything, like the country's completely changing. I'm noticing, like at work, like one day, three quarters of the workforce working in the area I was working in was Indian. And it's just, I can't say remarkable because it's the wrong word, but it's just like, it's just changed completely. I remember working in places and it's like everybody is white. And I'm not against people from other countries, but when it's like forced on you, when it's like designed to bloody basically replace you, then I do have an issue, and it's getting more noticeable everywhere. It's like, first of all, it was in London and the bigger cities, and then it was in the smaller cities, and now it's coming to the towns, and then it's in the villages. And they've got the same issue in Ireland. I think in Ireland it's even worse because it's happening at a faster rate. Ireland's had 1 million people in 20 years, and in Spain has had 8 million. Okay, Spain's got a bigger population than Ireland, but it's still bad. And the UK, I was checking the figures before, I don't trust it. I think it's probably a lot higher, but they reckon between 2012 and 2021 the UK had an extra 7.4 million people, which is probably higher than that, but they said 5.4 million left. So is that white British what left? And now we're left with even less white people here. And you say, don't get me wrong, and don't even go down that road of white supremacy and all that nonsense. It's basically, you know, we are a minority in the world. There's less white people than there is Indians, and that is a fact. All these lies we've been told, but we're the majority and we own everything, which is complete nonsense. We don't own everything. We wasn't behind the slave trade. This is the thing they do. It's divide and conquer and blame game, and they miss out all the vital information. But put that to one side for a minute. Just want to say about this leaked report that's been exposed by the Daily Express, because they couldn't report on it for 3 years because there was a super injunction. So basically there was this file of all the names sent out and it got sent out by mistake, and the Taliban had known about it for 3 years, but they didn't act on it. The Taliban basically let it go because they wasn't a major concern. And yeah, 24,000 military trained soldiers who helped the British are allowed to come here, but 18,500 are already here, and they've been secretly airlifted here, and in total it's going to cost £7 billion to move them here, and I don't even think that includes housing them, and then it's going to be responsibility of the UK to look after them forever. And then there's the other aspect, that their families could come here. So I think someone calculated, basically that could be like, in total, could be like up to 500,000 people. And also with the Afghanistanis, they are the #1 nationality in the UK for sexual offences, and that was back in 2022. So why do they bring these people here? And also, these soldiers were involved in paedophilia. They molested underage children, and the army had to turn a blind eye to it. I'm not saying I agree with that. I think they should have disobeyed their commander and just exposed it. It's disgusting. I don't care what religion or what you know, what chaos it causes, that should have been exposed. You can't turn a blind eye to stuff like that. Underage kids. So yeah, the government has screwed the British people again. They keep doing it. Why are you still voting? Stop voting. And it's voting business. It's not the party, it's the system. We need to stop using the system. You're supporting the system which is enabling it to work against you. You're authorizing it to take command of your life. If you stop authorizing it, then it can't take command of your life. And people need to stop being scared and stop worrying about being cancelled or upsetting people. We need to do something about this. This is a major problem. If you do nothing, we will get replaced. They're coming in such vast numbers, and it's not just Afghanistanis. It's all the Indians coming in for all the care jobs and all the healthcare jobs. You know, it's so dangerous. There's people who are sick and like vulnerable, and then you've got them looking after them, and there's a language barrier because a lot of their English is really bad, and then they don't have the compassion because they're not from here, they're not connected to the people from here, and they're not going to integrate. They're just going to marry their own, they're going to speak their own language, they're going to bring their children up speaking that language, they're going to shop in their own shops. They're not interested in what we're interested in. We got hardly anything in common. So I was reading something about Ireland, and they've got hardly anything in common apart from the history of the British Empire. And probably the Irish flag is similar in colour. It's got the same colours as the Indian flag, but that's it. And with Britain, there's only like the British Empire and all the history between Britain and India. That's it. That's the only thing got in common, and then curries, I suppose. But but even the curries, the influence from the British was installed into their curries, because their curries are quite bland and they didn't have as much flavour. Anyway, that's a different topic. But yeah, basically they're still bringing people in on a major scale, and it's like happening all over Europe. In Greece, they stopped the asylum seekers coming in because it's just getting inundated with so many people, and they can't keep up. And I think if they had more funding, they'd probably continue it. It's probably because they didn't have enough money and they couldn't possibly deal with it. And then Spain, an old man got attacked, is it in Murcia? And then the Spaniards have had enough, and they're like, attacking the reporters because they're just reporting it in the opposite way, in the wrong way. They're saying the Spanish are racist. It's just a thing, they're such scumbags. And that's another thing, stop supporting the government mouthpiece, cancel your TV licence, don't watch that nonsense. So the thing is, if you stop putting your energy into the BBC and people like that, stop funding them, and then their funding dries up, and then they can't push out the propaganda. And if you don't give your energy to the government, then you don't authorise the government to work against you. There's so many things we need to stop supporting, and try to support smaller businesses, not businesses of scale, because a business of scale is not interested in you, they're just interested in draining all the money out of you. That's what Tesco does basically, because they take your money for the shopping, food shopping, and then they take your money for the DVDs and garden furniture and everything else. And then it's like these people work for Amazon. They work for Amazon, and then they spend most of their wages on buying stuff from Amazon. And it's like it's just crazy. Why would you do that? Why would you work for the company and then give all your money back to that company as well? We need to move away from this mindset. We don't need loads of possessions, you know. If we work together, we could build so much. But we don't need the government. We really don't. We don't need the councils. We could organise and run things ourselves, and then we wouldn't have this net zero, we wouldn't have these diversity policies. We could just like agree amongst ourselves and say, we want this road built, we want this bridge built, we don't want a rainbow coloured bench or rainbow coloured road, we don't. But no, everybody's scared to take responsibility. Well, not everyone, but a majority of people are so scared to think for themselves, and they think the government is the only thing what can make your life function. It's nonsense. Okay, yeah, let's get on to Epping. So Epping in Essex, there was a asylum hotel there, and someone got sexually assaulted, a girl got sexually assaulted, and basically there's a protest, and then the police, the way they was acting, they nearly ran someone over, and there's like driving really recklessly when there's people around them. So that's the thing, they say they're here to protect the people, but they don't protect the people. They protect the immigrants, the illegal immigrants. They protect the criminals. It's just an arse backwards system and policy what they have. And yeah, they were basically transporting loads of people afterwards. Basically there's counter protesters, and I don't know if there's crisis actors or Antifa or a bit of both, but the police were escorting them afterwards. So what the police is for, is it a taxi service? But that's the thing, yeah, to like solve these problems. We tried voting, it doesn't work. We tried protesting, it doesn't work. Should the British people go down to Dover and block the bay where the boats come in from the border force and the Royal Navy lifeguards and all the NGOs, and should people be protesting outside the border force offices in Dover? Or should the British people have their own navy, set up a private navy, and just what do you call it, monitor the English Channel? Because this voting remedy is not working, and it isn't going to work. These protests are not going to work. Writing a letter or petition to an MP is not going to work. So we've tried these remedies. We've tried through the system, but nobody's listening. So what is the way forward? If they can't do their job, do we do the job for them? Because it's getting to the point, like they're like stabbing us right in the back and nothing's changing and everything's getting worse, and we're getting more people coming all the time. We shouldn't even be here. People coming from Pakistan, there's no war there. People come from Albania, there's no war there either. India, there's no war. They're just taking advantage of the system, and the system is funding them, allowing them to stay. I see the video yesterday and there's a guy from Saudi Arabia, and they don't even have any issues in Saudi Arabia. It's like it's an up and coming country. I think it's going to be like the new Dubai soon, isn't it? Because they're building all these skyscrapers and it's opening up to the world. They're relaxing the laws. I might have to end this video in a minute because look at the clouds. Oh man, I've been waiting to get this video done today because it's been raining most of the day, and I thought I'll wait, but I might have to end it. 16-17-year-olds will be allowed to vote in the next general election, which it could go either way, couldn't it? It could, like, if they start waking up, start realising things are so bad, they might actually not vote for Labour or the Conservative, who knows. But then a lot of the migrants' children are going to be older by then, and they might be able to vote, so they're definitely going to vote for Labour, aren't they? Because they're not going to cut off the hand what feeds them, are they? But by then it can be more Islamic parties, because at the moment there's only independent councillors. They're working together to build a network. Well, they have a network already. So yeah, is that going to happen by 2029? Who knows? Oh, I just seen lightning then. I'll have to head home. I fancy staying out in this. Well, it's so nice and sunny before. Oh yeah, there's a new pandemic centre being built in Harlow in Essex. It's going to cost 3 billion. It's going to be the largest of its kind in Europe, and it's going to be used for new treatments and new medical interventions. So, new pandemic centre. What are they planning? They've probably got something set up for a few years' time. That's why they want to get it built. Putting all the infrastructure in place, and then you've got all the digital infrastructure. You've got the WHO treaty, pandemic, that's it, emergency pandemic protocol. I can't remember what it's called, I'll post it after. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. I got a channel on Brighton now as well, so I'm on Odyssey, Rumble, BitChute and YouTube and Brighton. Okay, thank you, bye.